Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Oh, I had a early morning. Got up early after not sleeping too well, so it was Red Bull time and B12 time. I take B12 to kind of pep me up and get me going, and it works. In case any of y'all don't know, B12 is a good mood stabilizer as well as energy booster. So I keep some on hand when I don't get the correct amount of sleep. And then occasions where I had to drive somewhere and stay awake, I drink a small Red Bull from the store. A small Red Bull and a bottle of water. So anyway, I had to go to an orthopedic doctor this morning for my left foot. A couple of months ago, apparently, somehow, and I don't know how, I pulled ligaments in my left foot. I thought it was the bone spurs poking at my Achilles tendon. That's what I thought. Wrong. They x-rayed it this morning, and this very experienced orthopedic doctor, and I don't have his name with me, Dr. Bullard, Ballard, Dr. Ballard. And this doctor has worked on the athletes from all the Ruston schools and the athletes from Grambling College, which is a big college here in Northwest Louisiana. Grambling, it's very popular. He's got pictures all over the office with him and the head coaches of all these different schools. So he's definitely been in practice at least 30 years, and so the man knows what he's talking about. But he coming in after and talked to me after they did an x-ray, and he told me that of course there's a lot of arthritis in my foot, but nothing to operate on, and asked me where it was hurting. I pointed, and he said there's a lot of tendons and ligaments right there. And he said I described to him, because it's a lot better than it was a couple months ago. A couple of months ago, I could barely lift it to put my foot through my clothes, and it was really, really bad. A couple of months ago, it was a lot worse. And so I described to him what I've been through, and he said, yes, that's pulled ligaments. And he prescribed to me some topical, he called it a salve. That's how I know he's old school, because he called it a salve. Down here in the South, that's what old school people would call a topical cream or an ointment. So he prescribed me some ointment to put on it like 2 or 3 times a day, and it told me to call him or text him or whatever in 3 weeks and let me know how that helps. So I'll be picking that up from the pharmacy here in a little while, and we'll see if it helps. I have full confidence that it will, because like I said, this doctor appeared to be very knowledgeable and well experienced, and diagnosed everything. I felt comfortable in what he was saying. Yeah, it was a very quick visit, but he went straight to his computer as soon as he left me and put my prescription in and sent it off. And so I felt like he, even though he was quick, because he has a high volume of people coming to see him, because, well, he's good at what he does, so he has a lot of people. But that office, those people at that place was so kind. Somehow I got told that I had an appointment for today, but when I got up there, they didn't have an appointment for me. But I had driven 55 miles to go there. And so the ladies were so kind, and they worked me in anyway. I mean, I don't know what that was. Something stuck on the back of my mouth, but they were really kind. Everybody was kind. The x-ray tech was kind. Everybody was, for some reason, I guess people, when you're not used to people being really kind to you, and when you're heavy set and you can't do a lot, people judge you and they're not kind to you. And I'm not used to people being kind. And these ladies were kind. They bent over backwards to accommodate me today, and that meant a lot to me. I like to recognize that. And the lady, the x-ray tech, I couldn't lift my left leg to reposition it so that she, you know, to lift it, to put it on the little cutout thing that they put under you to x-ray, you know. And she said, honey, it's okay, just relax it and I'll lift it for you. And that just, you know, just people today don't realize what one little gesture can mean to someone like me. Please think of that when you're going out in public and when you go about your daily life. One little gesture of kindness can mean so much to somebody. You know, especially if they've only known unkindness. You know, kindness is so rare in some places that when you get it, when someone's kind to you, like these folks were kind to me today, it really just touches your heart, and you really just want to bring attention to it because it's special. It's really special. So everybody that I dealt with today at that clinic, at the Green Clinic in Ruston, were very wonderful and very kind, and I really had appreciated everything they did for me today. So there's a health update. So I'll go get the cream later. I'll take some ibuprofen sometime. He probably would have prescribed me some other kind of pain relieving medicine, but I told him I'd prefer to use natural methods like my mangoes or turmeric supplements, or, you know, something like that. I don't like to take heavy pain pills because I don't like how they make me feel, and I don't like the prospect of becoming addicted to something. You know, I just don't like that at all. I like to be in control of my faculties. That's why I don't drink alcohol on a regular basis. I very rarely drink alcohol, and only with maybe 2 drinks at the most, if that, because I don't like being out of control of myself, because things happen to you when you get out of control of yourself that you later wish that, you know, you had not done that. And so I'm past making those kind of mistakes in life. Anyway, on to some yarn stuff. I don't have any new yarn right now. I am, however, waiting on a mystery box from Lion Brand. I've got one of those $14.95 or $99 mystery boxes. I couldn't resist $14.95 or whatever it was. Couldn't resist that. So that, I think that's probably coming in the next day or two. They shipped it a lot quicker than usual. Usually Lion Brand's a little slow shipping to me, but I'm thinking because I already ordered from them this month, that maybe they decided to ship my stuff a little quicker. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Do they seem to ship a little quicker to you if you've already ordered from them in the month? I don't know. But I've been working on some things. I did finish what I'm going to call the peacock shawl. The one where I was just kind of doing my own thing. And anyway, this is the Red Heart Wildflower yarn here. That's the granny stitch. Okay. And then I did some front post stitches here and on the back. I meant for these ridges all to be on one side, but it didn't work out that way. But that's okay. That's how it is when you're doing art type stuff. Sometimes it works like it's supposed to. Sometimes it works like it was meant to. But I did that, and then I just kind of broke up the colors. This is Big Twist yarn. I think that's lilac, and this is teal. And then I ended up just leaving the ends like this. And then I just did a single crochet here just to kind of clean it up around the neck area. But it ended up being fairly long. Ooh, which one of y'all did that? Ooh, Axel. Sorry, one of the dogs farted. It's really bad. Ooh, gosh, it's bad. Man, don't come over here. Don't come over here. Ooh, that was bad. Anyway, if y'all want a better picture, to get a better look at this, I did post a really nice picture of this on my Instagram, which is tapmama73, and that's it. Ooh. He's looking over at me smiling, just so that you know, if you know dogs do smile, and he's looking over at me with his eyes narrowed and his mouth open. Yeah, That's Axel. For shame. And I'm working on a couple other things. Let's see if I can. First thing I'm working on is a new shawl pattern, other than the granny stitch. And I'm using, on this pattern, I'm using a 3-weight yarn. So I discovered that I can use 3-weight. I just couldn't use the True-Boo because I guess it's too slick or something. I did realize that I was watching Cinnamon Stitch's one of her latest videos, and she made a comment about when you use True-Boo, you got to have a tighter tension to keep it from splitting, and I don't have a tight tension. I'm a loose crocheter, and because I don't have a tight grip, I don't have a lot of strength in my hands to grip tight. If I did a lot of gripping and a lot of tight tension, it would really just kill my hands. So I can't use that slick stuff. But this 3-weight carrying cake, skinny cake, is not a problem at all with a 4mm hook. I'm not having any problems whatsoever with this. So yes, it's thinner, and when I start getting used to it, then I go back to 4-weight, and 4-weight feels thick. It's weird. Once you get used to this, 4-weight feels thick. But anyway, this is a pattern from a tutorial by The Secret Yarnery. I don't know her actual name, but the name of the tutorial is Cakes and Candles. And this is the pattern here. This is the rainbow color, but this is gorgeous. I'm really happy with how this is coming out. I'm gonna do as much of the cake as I can get, because this has over 1,000 yards. So this, I don't know how far I'll get with it before I, get fatigued with it. But because I do that. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. Before I get to a full big shawl, I kind of make it a shawlette. But I kind of get fatigued. I get ADD or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is. Excuse me. No, it's not Mountain Dew. It's 7-Up type drink. But anyway, I really love this. You can really see the stitches in here, and it's really beautiful. But it's called Cakes and Candles. And so after doing this for a while, and it took me about 3 or 4 hours of not fast forward, but rewind, play of the tutorial, and then I just had it memorized after that. That's kind of how I do things. I play, rewind, and I memorize it. And that's what I did. I memorized it. And and then I decided that to be a little ambitious and to come up with my own pattern of stitches. I don't know what to name this yet, but this, I'm going to do a rectangle shawl, because I've seen other tutorials for rectangle shawls, and I thought that I would do that and see how it turns out. So I really like the shell, the little shell thing detail in that one. This one, this is my own making here. This is something that was in my brain, and it wouldn't stop. It just kept popping up in my brain and popping up in my brain. And I said, all right, I'm just going to listen. And I sat down, and so I worked a really long chain so that it would, go around me like you would want a wrap or something to go around you. So I just worked a long enough chain to where it would go around me. And then I worked a single crochet, and then a V-stitch, basically a double, not a single crochet, a double crochet, and then a V-stitch. Well, my V-stitch is a double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet, and then chain 1, and then double crochet, chain 1, and then the V-stitch with the double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and then with the skipping like 2 spaces between. And so it's a 2-row repeat. So first row you get your double crochet, skip 2 spaces into the 3rd, V-stitch, skip 2 spaces into the third, double crochet, and then and that's it through the whole thing. Once you get your V stitches and your double crochet, you flip, and then you put your 7 double crochets into your V stitch, and then you do another double crochet on top of your double crochet. I hadn't got more complicated than that. I wanted it to be easy. I didn't want it to be hard, because I wanted it at some point for it to have kind of a fluid way. I didn't want it to take too much brain power to get into the rhythm of it. But I'm sure it'll look a little better after I've worked it a bit. But this is what I got so far, and on this one I'm using Red Heart stripes. I hope that's coming out to y'all, but this is called Polo Stripe, and it's beautiful. I mean, the colors are gorgeous. I thought this would be good because it's got like 482 yards, so that should be plenty for a decent. And if I want it bigger or longer, or wider, should I say, I have another skein of that, so I can add to it if I want to. But this is what I got so far, and I didn't do any kind of like double crochet. I didn't do like a foundation chain. I just started right from my chain, and I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook. And I just what I did is I did the chain in a 6 millimeter hook, just a little bit bigger than what I was going to do the rest of it with, so that it would make it easier to get in there for my stitches. I don't remember what channel I was watching that I learned that tip from, but I was I know it was one. I've watched so many tutorials since February since I finally got the basic stitches down. I've watched so many tutorials that I can't even remember what tip I got from where. So, but of course my YouTube friends, Cindy from Pups and Crochet, Connie from Just Another Stitch, and Crystal from Crystal the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. Those ladies have been instrumental in my crochet journey, and so their advice is wonderful, because I sent a picture of this to Connie, since she's got some experience writing crochet stuff and patterns, and I asked her, was there something I needed to do to this? Is this gonna work? Should I add something? Should I change something? And she thought it looked fine. I would like y'all's opinion, because I know some of you all write patterns and stuff. And so, but I'm gonna move this close so y'all can really see it, and y'all tell me. I don't have it completely straight. This is about as straight as it can get on the edge. I'm probably going to end up doing some sort of border on it. I don't know yet. It's early days, but I just kind of wanted y'all's opinion. All 466 of y'all. We're so close to 500 now. But this is what I got so far, and it's pretty long. It's really long, but because I just did the chain long enough to where it would wrap around me, that I would, but this is what I got so far. And of course and now my cousin that I haven't seen in forever, she lives over in East Texas, and her dad was my uncle, my mom's brother, and he passed away in like 2016 of brain cancer. He was the youngest uncle. He was only 9 years older than me, and his name was Carl. And this is Faye. Well, Ruby Faye. Her name's Ruby Faye, but she always went by Faye, and now she's back to going by Ruby. So I don't know. I don't know. But we've always been Facebook friends. But when I post some pictures of my shawl, she's like, "I want one," and I'm like, "What color?" She's like, "Purple," and I'm like, "I could do that." So I guess I need to. I guess I'll hunker down over the weekend and do a purple one. I'll probably just do hers in a granny stitch, because I can do that fairly quickly now. But this one is taken. This is a 2-row repeat too, so this takes a bit more. because you had to do your your cakes and candles, and then you go back with your shells and put in the seven doubles in the little spots here. But that's gonna, that takes a lot more time than just doing a granny stitch shawl. A lot more time. I could bang out a granny stitch shawl in about 3 days if I really, go at it pretty hard. So probably less than that. Just depends on how much my arm hurts. But I got BioFreeze for that, right? But anyhow, that's what's on the hook at the moment. I got my own pattern. I don't know about doing a tutorial yet. As far as that goes, that's probably months down the line. I got to make the project first before I think about doing a tutorial. I wanted to make something that was very simple and mindless, and that I could do that would be kind of lacy and pretty, dainty, real ladylike. I don't know what I'm gonna name it though. If there is to be a name for it, that if I name it, there'd have to be a tutorial if I name it. But right now it's just at experimental stages. So until I get a whole garment out of it, I don't want to jinx it by naming it. So, but I think it'll be pretty. But it's kind of just going to have to be, every now and then worked on, because I got all these other things that I want to finish. But for now, I got to gather up laundry and go to the laundromat again. But I hate going to the laundromat. I miss my washer. I miss it. Hopefully, sometime in the near future, we'll have a washer again. But anyway, this is getting pretty long. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter. Lots of beautiful dogs and cats, and sometimes birds, depending on where you go. Anyway, I love you, and hope y'all have a wonderful day. And talk to you next time. God bless.